What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Happy Sunday. I see we have some people in the chat already. How we doing today? We have RJ here. Hey, RJ. We have Alex here. Hey, Alex. Glad you could join us today. We're going to get into some Scream theories as always. Scream talk in general. You know, Scream 7 rumors. Hey, movie nerd. RJ says, I watched Scream 6 the other day while I was doing housework and finally caught that scene when Kirby said the TV that killed Stu Macher, and Mindy says, if you believe that he's dead. Yes, that is one of my favorite scenes from Scream 6. We have Freddy Krueger here. Hey, Freddy. And we also have Michael Myers here. We also have Ghostface here. We got all the horror icons here. Hey, Chocolate Ice. Thanks for joining. And thanks for moderating. I appreciate you. Sorry, I'm just kind of still getting set up here. We have Trey here. Hey, Trey. How's everyone doing today? I am good, thank you. I've had a busy week. Lots going on this week. Hey, Leah. We also have Mickey Altieri here. Hello, I am well. I hope you are too. We have a movie collector here. Hey, Ray. Thanks for watching from Twitch. Yeah, I heard that Ghostface is in a new video game. Also, Art the Clown is in like Call of Duty or something. Hey, Scott, you said, what are the chances? I know it's a long shot. What if it wasn't Roman that killed Cotton, I assume you meant to say? What are the chances it was Stu that did it? I don't know. You guys know, I think Stu's alive, and there's a chance that he was in Scream 3. Nerdbox here on YouTube does have some theories that Stu has been in like every Scream sequel. Hey, Wrestling God, how you doing? I disagree, movie collector. I have several videos on the channel explaining why I think Stu could have survived his injuries. I have one in particular. I believe it's called 6 Reasons Stu Macher Survived His Injuries. And I explain why I think he could have survived that. There are several reasons. One being that he had his hands, raised to protect his face. That definitely would have helped soften the blow because not all the weight of the TV fell on his head. Like when you're walking down the street and you trip and you instinctively put your hands out to kind of take some of the blow. Also, I think the TV didn't weigh that much because we see Kirby throw the TV in Scream 6. Also, the TV wasn't that high up, It fell like a foot or two? Like it really didn't fall that much. Hey, Among Us. Michael Myers asked, when will you do a watch party on My Kills? 1978. I would love to see myself in action. Sometime in October, for sure. We have Spookfest coming up. I don't know how many of you guys saw my announcement. I did a little video announcement for Spookfest. Didn't get that many views, so maybe some of you here don't know. I have this little event coming up in October called Sistapam Spookfest, where there's going to be a new episode dropping every single night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're also going to be doing a lot of watch parties. So we're definitely going to go through the Halloween franchise for sure. Maybe not all of them. Like honestly, I might skip Halloween 2. I don't like Halloween 2. Also Halloween 6 I don't care for, so we probably won't do a watch party for that, but yes, lots of watch parties coming up in October for Spookfest. Also, we have a couple fun live streams coming up soon. Let me see. Just to confirm when they're scheduled for. Okay, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Scream movie trivia live. So I'm sure a lot of you saw my Scream movie trivia video. You guys seem to really like that, but we're going to do it live tomorrow where I'm going to ask some Scream movie questions. So that'll be fun. And then Wednesday, this Wednesday, September 25th, 7 p.m., we're going to have a little pumpkin paint party. So it's just going to be like a typical stream where we talk Scream and other horror, but I'm going to be painting a pumpkin. You guys can help me decide what to paint on it. And, if you want to, you can paint a pumpkin at home as well. So yeah, lots of fun things coming up on the channel. Stay tuned for that. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. I am trying to get to 10K by the new year, and I'm almost there. I'm less than 600 away from 10K. And also, if you haven't done so already, please turn on all notifications so that you don't miss out on all this fun stuff that we have planned coming up. We also have Jason Voorhees here. Lots of horror icons in the chat. Welcome. Pyro's back. Welcome back, Pyro. Hey, Kenzie. Yes. If anyone here doesn't know, I met Jamie Kennedy just like 2 nights ago, Friday night. Oh my God, I still cannot believe it. I shared a photo on my community page if you guys want to check that out. But I have a video coming up where I'm going to talk about it, Kenzie. I'm not going to get into it on the live stream because I did film a video just before this live stream, which I still have to edit. So it might be up tonight or tomorrow, but I go into some more detail about meeting Jamie Kennedy. I literally still cannot believe it. Yes, he is just as awesome in person. He was so nice. It was amazing. But that's all I'm going to say for now. Stay tuned for my video coming out soon. Hey, Chris. Yes, I am aware that Damien Leone confirmed Terrifier 4, which is so exciting. I cannot wait for Terrifier 3. It's still not out yet, but it did just have like a world premiere at some kind of festival in Austin, Texas, I believe it was. Yeah, so I am super pumped for that. Yes, Scott, I did actually search for it. There were a few different Scream ambiance videos that came up. One of them that I saw was so cool. It was like in Casey Becker's house. Oh wow, Ray. Have you never seen the first two Terrifiers? Yeah, I'm with you. Like I didn't expect to like them that much. I watched the first one, I don't know, about a year ago for the first time. Um and yeah, I kind of liked the first one, and then the second one really honestly blew me away. But I'm with you. I did not expect to like them that much. Um it's funny. You know, the girl in the first one who plays Dawn, she used to work with my sister in a bar in New York City. So I've like seen her in person before, but at the time I don't think she was in Terrifier yet. This would have been it was it was in 2016 when my sister worked at the bar with her, so maybe she was filming at the same time when I met her a couple times, but yeah. Who's your favorite Ghostface and least favorite? Yours is Wayne, and least favorite is Ethan or Quinn. My favorite is Stu, and my least favorite is Ethan. Scott, this is a possibility. I did just take a poll on my community page asking you guys if we should do that one day. I love the idea of it, but I don't know. The thought of sitting there for 12 hours on live stream is a little daunting. I would love to. Maybe one day. Like obviously I would have to take a break here and there to like get food, go to the bathroom, but we'll see. I would love to do an all-day Scream marathon. Yes, I love the original Halloween. It is my favorite. I also love both 4 and 5. They're just very nostalgic for me. I watched them a lot as a kid. Love Jamie Lloyd. Yeah, so like the original 4 and 5 are my favorites. I also love H2O and Resurrection. I like Resurrection even though, you know, it has its issues. But same with all the movies, like they're not perfect movies, but super nostalgic. Yes, Chris. Apparently, there is a Kirby Reed spinoff in the works. I did do a video on this. This rumor first broke months ago, and I did a video on it then. And, you know, then it's kind of a few days ago, it was kind of taking over the internet again. I wasn't going to do a video on it, but then I did because I had several people asking me my opinion on it. And apparently, this comes from Production Weekly, and Production Weekly is typically a reliable source. So I don't know. I still take everything with a grain of salt unless I hear it from directly from someone's mouth. Like until Kevin Williamson says this himself or Hayden Panettiere says it herself, like I'm still kind of a little doubtful, but like I said, Production Weekly apparently, had this posted on their website. So yeah, apparently there's a Kirby Reed spin-off movie in the works. If you haven't seen my recent video on it, please check it out. Alex says, someone recently speculated that Leslie Macher will be the killer in Scream 7 and that she will kill one of Sydney's kids so that Sydney will know what losing a child is like. Interesting. The second part of this theory is that Leslie Macher will kidnap Sydney's other kid, but not kill her so that Leslie will have a second opportunity to be a mother. Does this theory make sense? That's interesting. It definitely makes sense. I definitely like that first part about killing one of her kids so that Sydney knows what it's like to lose a child. That hadn't crossed my mind. That is definitely interesting. I do hope that Leslie Macher makes an appearance. I want to see her. I want to know more about her. You guys know some of my theories, like she's working with Stu, maybe keeping him in hiding for all these years. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities that they could do with this character. Do I have a Discord channel? I do not. I'm not familiar with Discord. I don't really know how it works. I have a Twitch channel. Just started that pretty recently. That is linked in the description if you want to follow me on Twitch. I am currently streaming there simultaneously right now because StreamYard allows you to like stream in multiple places. So I'm streaming here, my second YouTube channel, and my Twitch channel right now. So please, if anyone here doesn't know that I have a second YouTube channel, I do. Please go subscribe to that as well. The link is down below in the description of this live stream. Yes, we are doing a pumpkin paint party this Wednesday, 7 p.m. I'm gonna come up with a few options of what to paint, and I'll ask you guys in the live stream like what you think I should paint. I'm sure most of you are gonna say like I should paint Ghostface or something. I agree. I was upset that Dewey died, but I always say like these movies need big deaths, and like Amber said, our movie has stakes. So, but also my issue, I have a few issues with Dewey's death. Like, for one, I think he should have died to save Sydney or Gale. I don't like that he died saving Sam and Tara, although people have pointed out to me before, like that just shows how good of a person he was, willing to save anyone, which is true. But I think it just would have had a bigger impact if he died saving Sydney and Gale. I think they should have been present for it. Also, another issue that I have is it had been over a decade since we saw Dewey. So I wish that we could have gotten like a full movie with him. And then if they wanted to kill him off in 6. Especially the fact that like no one else big died in 6. They could have saved Dewey for 6, but I don't know. I guess they wanted to come back with a bang. So I'm kind of torn on how I feel about this. Hey Barry, yes, I I met Jamie Kennedy, still cannot believe it. It was so amazing, but I honestly feel like I blacked out during the experience because I was just so nervous. I was nervous up until the moment that I met him. Then once I was like talking to him, my nerves did go away because he was honestly so nice, but yeah, it was just so surreal to meet him. My day is going well, Freddy Krueger. I hope yours is too. Yeah, see, RJ said painting Ghostface on my pumpkin. Might have to do it. Maybe I'll do like two different things on the pumpkin, like Ghostface on one side and then the other side do something else. Leah thinks Olivia was killed by Stu. Interesting. I hadn't really given much thought to that, but I suppose it's possible. I have not heard any news about Danielle Harris returning. I mean, I know that there's like a TV show in the works. I really don't know much about it though. But maybe she can play a different character again. I mean, I love that they included her, like she was in the Rob Zombie remakes as Annie, and I love that they did that. So, yeah, I would love to see her come back. Hey Jacob, I mean, I would love to see Scream go on for a while. So, hey Dante, I agree with this. I would love to see a cliffhanger at the end of um Scream 7. I think we got to change some things up. Um One being bringing back a past killer with Stu, that's never been done before, but then also leaving it on a cliffhanger. Um Having Ghostface get away with it for once. That's never happened. I have not seen the Winnie the Pooh horror movies. I heard that the second one is like significantly better than the first one, and I think a third one is in the works. Yeah, I'll watch them eventually. It's just there's so much that is on my watch list, so probably won't get around to it anytime soon. But I also know there is a Bambi horror movie in the works. I don't know. Kirby Reed predicted that one. Robbie Mercer, I think, in Scream 4 asks her, "What's your favorite scary movie?" And she says, Bambi. I don't know why there's really been no updates with Scream 7. I don't know what they're waiting for. Apparently, production begins in December, which Nev Campbell confirmed herself. But then there was rumors that it was delayed again until January, which I don't know if that's true. I think it's just a rumor, but I honestly could see it being true because when they announced that it was going to start in December, I thought to myself, they should just wait till January because, with Christmas and all the holidays in December, you guys are just going to go on break for probably like 2 weeks or something so that people can be with their families. So you might as well just push it till January at this point. But yeah, hopefully we get some news soon. like some cast updates or something. Like, please just give us something. I don't know. I think maybe because of all of the drama that went on with like Melissa and Jenna, being fired and quitting, Christopher Landon quitting, and then Kevin Williamson, being hired. Maybe they just don't want to say anything to not get backlash. I don't know. My favorite Scream movie is definitely the first one, but my favorite sequel is the fourth one. I love Scream 4. In fact, I just watched it the other night. I typically when I rewatch the movies, I typically watch them in order. But this is the first time that I chose to just randomly watch Scream 4. Hey, Ron, you got a Ghostface mask, robe, and a voice modulator for your Halloween party next month. Nice. Last year, I dressed up as Sydney for Halloween, and I've dressed up as Casey Becker before. I'm probably going to do something on the channel dressed as some of these characters. I did do a video early on my channel, like over a year ago at this point, where I dressed up as like 13 different Scream characters. So definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. It's not a long video. It's like a minute long. Okay, yeah. The festival is called Fantastic Fest, where they premiered Terrifier 3. What sucks about this, Scott, is that they didn't actually film in New York, so I can't really go to the filming locations. I mean, they faked everything. Like, even if I went to like Central Park, they didn't actually film in Central Park. So apparently it's going to be a film rather than a TV show. The post that was on Production Weekly said feature film. So you can check it out in my video that I just posted. I share the post from Production Weekly where they say feature film. The rumors in the past said that it could be a TV show, but I think it's looking like it's going to be a movie. Yeah, I wouldn't say that she knows Dawn. They're not they're not like friends or anything, but they did briefly work together. And you're right, Tara from the first movie does kind of look like Nev Campbell a little bit. Hey, Jamie. Thanks for joining. Hey, Denisha. Thanks for popping in and moderating. I always appreciate you. I realize I am very behind in the chat. I apologize. Sometimes it's hard. Like, I try to respond to everyone, but if you have a question that you want to make sure that I see and that I respond to, you can send in a super chat. Those take priority and I greatly appreciate them. But I do try to get to everyone, so that is why I'm usually like way behind in the chat. But hello, Paul. Thanks for joining the live stream. Do I think Sydney will have Roman hallucinations in Scream 7? I don't know. It never really crossed my mind. I suppose it's possible. I mean, that would be fun to see him again. But I don't know. Some people are speculating that she's going to have some Billy hallucinations. Because, when Melissa Barrera was fired, one of my first thoughts was like, it sucks that we're not going to see Billy again. And some people are saying that Sydney could possibly see Billy. Yeah, I don't know if Kirby's going to be in 7 now, if she's going to actually have a spinoff. I don't know. I wonder what that means for 7. Yes, I have seen Goosebumps from the 90s, one of my favorites growing up, and I still rewatch it every Halloween season. I have not seen the Jack Black film, and I have not seen the new show from Disney Plus last year. Yeah, I kind of hear not great things about the newest show with Justin Long, which is a bummer because I love Justin Long. But I think I'm going to give it a watch this Halloween season. We have a super chat from Cryptic Coil. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You said, never really seen the Halloween movies. Should I pass, or is that franchise actually worth it? Also, if you have Peacock, I highly recommend Starry Eyes. Yes, you absolutely should see the Halloween movies. Some of my favorites, they were like my favorite horror movies growing up as a kid. I loved Halloween, the Halloween franchise, before I even was obsessed with Scream. So, yeah, you definitely should watch it. Not every movie is great, but it's so worth it. Yes, absolutely have to watch them. And I will check out Starry Eyes. I don't know if I've heard of that movie. Let me look it up real quick. 2014 film. Interesting. No one in the cast looks familiar, but I'll check it out. I do have Peacock. Thank you so much for your super chat, Cryptic Coil. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here and hanging out with us. Let me see where I was. Do you think Kirby will be Mindy, or they will introduce a new Randy type character? That's a good question, actually, because we always have a Randy type character. You know, in Scream 4, Kirby was considered the new Randy. And then it was Mindy. And if Mindy's not going to be in 7, yeah, I think maybe Kirby could kind of take over that role again. But we also don't know if she's going to be in 7. I hope she is. She's one of my favorite characters ever. So I hope she is. We have a $10 super chat from Alex. Thanks, Alex. You said the theory that I just outlined was put forth by Critical Overlord, who is a Stu denier, and I may not have outlined it well enough. More information is in his most recent Scream 7 video. Okay, I have to find your theory in the chat. Give me 1 second. It's a lot of comments to scroll through. Let's see. And then when I do get a super chat, it like makes the whole comment section scroll away from me. So just give me 1 second. Alex, I don't see the theory. Oh, the Leslie Macher theory. Okay. Yeah, I don't watch many of Critical Overlord's videos, so I'll have to check it out after the stream. But I thought it was an interesting theory for sure about Leslie Macher kidnapping Sydney's kids, possibly killing one of them so that Sydney knows what it feels like to lose a kid. That would definitely be interesting. But yeah, I have to check out Critical Overlord's video. But thank you so much, Alex, for your super chat. I appreciate it. And thanks for being here and hanging out. Okay, now I have to find where I was in the chat. Sorry, guys. Do I think the Kirby Reed spinoff would be before Scream 6? I don't think so, and I kind of hope not. I think so. Mike from We Watched a Movie, I watched his video about the Kirby news, and he made a good point. He hopes that it's not before Scream 6 because that would kind of take the suspense out of it, because we would know that Kirby is going to survive because the fact that she's in Scream 6. So I agree with him. I hope that it's after Scream 6. What's your Scream movie ranking? Yours is 165,234. Can't beat the original. I don't like Scream 4 because Charlie admits who he kills and it's not fun. My ranking is very different from yours, which I think is so interesting. Like literally everyone's rankings are so different. Mine is 142. 563, I think. Very different from yours. I love Scream 4. It is absolutely my favorite Scream sequel. Leah says, if Stu doesn't come back, I'm going to be so disappointed because Amber got burned alive and Jill got electrocuted, and yet they were still alive and moving to kill their victim. I'm with you. I will be disappointed if Stu doesn't come back for sure. And I agree with you. Other characters have survived far worse. So I definitely think Stu can survive. Who do I think will have phone calls in 7? Definitely Sydney. Hopefully Gale again. She got her first one in Scream 6, which is crazy. And it's funny, like before Scream 6 came out, I made a TikTok about that, how Gale has never gotten a phone call. And I got so much hate in the comments. People were like, no, she got a phone call before. Like, you're not a real Scream fan. You don't know Scream. And sure enough, I wasn't wrong. Like, they even emphasize in Scream 6 that they've never had a phone call before. But yeah, I think Sydney and Gale will definitely have one. Maybe I hope Kirby does. I hope Kirby comes back and she gets a phone call because she hasn't had one since 4. It would be cool to see Mark Kincaid get one. I don't think he's ever had one, when he was in Scream 3. So yeah, those would be interesting. I agree with this movie collector. I'm so excited Kevin Williamson is directing, and I think Wes Craven would be happy with that. I think if anyone's gonna do the best job, it's going to be Kevin. It's his story. Like he wrote this story. He created these characters. So I do think he is the best person for the job. Time travel in the Scream universe. No, I don't think that would work. It's a little crazy for the Scream universe. Scream is very much based in reality. There's no supernatural elements or anything like that. Jenny Randall, even in Scream 4, says like Stab 5 has time travel and it's by far the worst. So, yeah, not a fan of the whole time travel thing. Yes, this I agree with, and that's kind of what I said before. It's kind of how Dewey died that is the issue for me. Should have been to save Sydney and Gale. Am I a Ghostbusters fan? Sort of, not a huge fan. I do rewatch like the originals, 1 and 2 during spooky season. I did see the one reboot with Finn Wolfhard, but I did not see the most recent one. I wasn't crazy about the reboot, so okay, I realize I am super behind in the chat. I'm going to try to catch up, but I do need to step away for 1 second or 1 minute. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. The stream is not ending yet, but I will be right back. Okay. I am back. Thanks for sticking around. Let's see. Scott says, I think I know why they're delayed Scream 7. Maybe they're trying to get Matthew Lillard involved and get him the money he deserves to be in the movie. I agree with this. I do think a lot of the delay had to do with his filming schedule for Five Nights at Freddy's. Because, apparently Scream 7 was originally going to start filming in the fall, like in September. But then we found out that Five Nights at Freddy's is filming in September. So, yeah, I definitely think they're trying to work things out with his schedule for sure. Hey, movie nerd. You said, when I first saw Scream 6, I actually did think that Gale died. So I was really shocked hearing that Courtney Cox was coming back for 7. Maybe they did say she lived and I just missed it. Yeah, they did. They did say something in Scream 6. Like, Bailey said in the final act, gotta head to the hospital and make sure that Gale doesn't pull through or something like that. So, and they also did say, like, when the paramedics came to get her, they said there's like a weak pulse. So, yeah. I did think she was going to die, though. I do think Stu is coming back. Oh, wow, Chris, you never seen Terrifier 2? You are in for a treat. Can I give you a little hint without spoilers? It's just definitely a step up from the first movie, for sure. Definitely very gory. I think you'll enjoy it. Yes, Ray. I am also still amazed that we have Nev Campbell back and Kevin Williamson. Like, I have such high hopes for Scream 7. I think it's going to be great. I think they're going to do a good job. And especially the fact that they are taking their time with it. I think they are taking their time to get things right, make sure it's good. This is something that I've always said, and then Nev Campbell said it herself. So I think that is the case. Hey, Mandy, thanks for joining the live stream. Hey, Surgeon, I am well. I hope you are too. I have seen Urban Legend, and I love it. Yeah, it's a fun whodunit, late 90s. Definitely kind of copying Scream a little bit, but, it's definitely original and unique. I mean, it would be nice to see Mindy and Chad again in 7. I don't know. It's not looking good, though. Who's the better, Ghostface, Mickey, or Stu? I think Stu is. Surgeon's ranking is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3. Yeah, pretty similar to mine. It's pretty much just 2 and 4 that we have swapped. Scream 4, it wasn't filmed in the same location, if that's what you're asking. Um, it's supposed to be the same town, Woodsboro, but they filmed Scream 4, I think, in Michigan. Um, and the first one was filmed in California. There should have been a scene where Sydney cried over Dewey's death in Scream 5. It felt so out of character for her to barely show any emotion towards someone that was so important to her. That is a good point. Um, and I honestly hadn't really thought about that, but that's true. Like, Sydney should have been more distraught. She really didn't even cry, did she? No, I don't think so. Hey, AJ, thanks for joining the live stream. What was it like to meet Randy in person? Did you ask him about your channel? Yeah, it was amazing. I still cannot believe it. I am going to post a video about it. So I'm not going to get into it in the live stream. I did already film a video earlier today talking about my experience meeting Jamie Kennedy the other night. And I'm excited to share it with you guys. I still have to edit the video. So it might be up tonight, but if not tonight, then tomorrow. I would love to get some kind of prequel for the Ghostfaces and what kind of made them get into killing people. I've done a couple of videos on this. I have a video on the channel. I think it's like 7 prequel and spin-off ideas. Cryptic Coil says, I disagree on something. Gale should not die in Scream 7 because her death would have been perfect in 6, but they chose to let her live. Killing her now would be pointless. Save the creativity for something else. I get it. A part of me does want to see her live because I love Gale. And I totally get what you're saying. They should have killed her in 6. But I don't know. I just think if people were so upset that Scream 6 didn't have any big deaths, so if 7 does the same thing with no big deaths, I think people are going to be super pissed. If it's not Gale, it's not going to be Sydney. Like, they're not going to kill Sydney. They would have to kill someone else big, like Kirby, which I don't want to happen, and I don't think is going to happen if they're planning to have a spinoff for her. Or like Mark Kincaid, they might have to kill Mark, which I can see them doing. So yeah, if not Gale, then it's going to have to be Mark or someone. Hey, Raggedy Man. Thanks for joining the live stream. Out of all the female ghost faces, who do you think was the craziest? I think Jill was the craziest. To be able to beat yourself up like that, you have to be crazy. They are not. This is like a rumor that they're filming 7 and 8 simultaneously. That could be true, but even if they are filming 7 and 8 at the same time, they're definitely not filming 9 and 10 at the same time. That's just too much. Who wins in a fight, Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers? That's tough. I'm gonna go with Michael, though. Sorry, Jason. I do not think I don't think Sydney would be involved in Stu's cult. I think the cult is going to be going after her. Did you notice in Scream 5 when Richie was eating pizza and watching his laptop, there was a video that said, "Is the real Stu Macher dead?" Of course, I noticed this. This is one of my many Stu clues in my 50 Stu clues video. Yeah, I think it said, "Is the real Stu Macher alive?" or something like that, something similar. Yeah, I think that is a major clue that he's alive. I mean, it's not just a theory in real life amongst fans, but also in the Scream universe. Like, and then that conversation with Mindy and Kirby in Scream 6 just proves that it's a theory within the franchise, within the actual Scream universe. Hey, Slasher Fanatic. Thanks for joining the live stream. Jill was the most heartless and sociopathic female Ghostface for sure. Yeah, I agree with that. Freddy Krueger says Jill was the craziest. Hey, Angie, you said if Stu is alive and if Dewey knew about it, as he was part of the police in town, I'd love to see it lead to a flashback with David Arquette. I am with you, Angie. This is something that I really want to see happen. I've done several videos on this. In fact, I just did one like less than a week ago about Dewey knowing that Stu is alive and Kirby knowing that Stu is alive. But yeah, I would love to see a flashback with David Arquette. I think that would be a perfect way for fans to see him again. Obviously he's dead. I don't think there's any chance of him like still being alive, possibly, which some people do have that theory that like Dewey is still alive. Yeah, I think he's dead, but I would love to see a Dewey flashback. I thought we were going to get a Dewey flashback in 6, like to see what happened between Gale and Dewey in New York. He left her in New York. And the fact that 6 took place in New York, I think that would have been a perfect time for a Dewey flashback. But yeah, I'm with you. I think it's possible that he knew Stu is alive. And I hope we get some flashbacks to kind of tie everything together. For sure. We have another super chat from Cryptic Coil. Thank you so much. You said, would you like to see a Stab movie? Like if they released a Stab movie from the Scream universe, but we would end up getting Stab 9 or Stab 10. Yeah, I totally would love to see that for sure. Anything that has to do with the Scream universe, I I would love to see it. I feel like there's gonna come a day where they do this, like, and I wonder if it'll be like a theatrical release or straight to streaming on Paramount Plus. I don't know. I feel like it would release in theaters just because they probably could make more money doing it that way. People would go to the theaters to see it. I mean, I would. But yeah, I would love it. And it would be cool if we could somehow get some of the celebrities who they've said in Scream play some Stab characters. Like David Schwimmer plays Dewey. Uh, Heather Graham plays Casey Becker. Alicia Silverstone plays Tatum. Like, there's so many celebrities that they mention in the Scream movies playing the characters in Stab. So it would be cool if we could somehow get that. And I feel like the real life actors would like it too, because who wouldn't want to work in like a popular franchise? But yeah, Cryptic Coil, I would love to see this. Thank you so much for your second super chat. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here and hanging out with us. Can you play the original Scream music for background in your next live stream? I don't think I can for copyright reasons. I wish I could. I would have it playing right now. I actually have the actual physical CD of the original Scream soundtrack. I would love to do it, but um yeah, I think I would get copyrighted, which is not good. Um Ray said, Dewey never got a phone call from Ghostface, right? Hmm. I have to think about that. Did he not get one in Scream 2? No, I think he did. I think in Scream 3 he did. No, wait, maybe he didn't. Damn, I don't know. Can anyone here in the live stream answer this? Did Dewey ever get a phone call? If he did, it had to be in either Scream 2 or Scream 3. I don't know. He might not have. Let me see. Where was I? Andre says the perfect Ghostface duo, Roman and Mickey. I mean, it would definitely be cool to see them pair up, but I don't know. I'm honestly not crazy about Roman. I know that might be controversial. I know there's a lot of Roman fans out there. He's not really my favorite. I honestly would love to see Stu and Mickey team up. I feel like they're a little similar. I do feel like Mickey was kind of similar to Stu. So to see them pair up would be pretty crazy. Leah says, hope that Kirby and Mark will be in Scream 7 and work together to stop Ghostface. I agree with you. This is like top of my list for things that I want to see in Scream 7. I've said before, like, um, we no longer have Dewey or Judy as the cops. Like, we always have people who play the role of cops. We no longer have Dewey. We don't have Judy. We were fortunate to get Kirby back in 6. So I hope she's in 7. And like, I want to see Mark. I want to see Mark again. So to have them team up to take down Ghostface, hunting down Stu's cult to protect Sydney would be like my ideal scenario. Angie says Gale was not well utilized in Scream 6. I loved her big chase fight scene though. Yeah, I definitely think it could have been a little better in 6, but I do think she was a step up in 6 from 5. I feel like Gale in Scream 5 didn't really feel like Gale. She wasn't her typical sassy, sarcastic self in 5 at all. But 6, she was kind of like back to her roots, like her little scenes with Kirby. She was pretty sassy in those, so I enjoyed her more in 6 than I did in 5. Like every time I watch 5 and she meets Sam for the first time, I'm not crazy about that scene. Like, you know, she says something to Sam like, "Oh, sorry to hear that." And I just feel like that's so not Gale. I don't know. Yeah, it would be cool if we could see Roman and Jill meet cuz it's so easy to forget that they're cousins. Like sometimes I forget that. Have you heard the song Stu Macher is Alive? Yes, I have. This song is by Songs About Everything. They are a friend of the channel. Yeah, they wrote this amazing Stu Macher is Alive song. And they have several other Scream songs on their channel. So if you guys are not subscribed to Songs About Everything, please go do so. They have amazing original Scream songs. They have one about Kirby. They have one about Nancy Loomis, Jennifer Jolie. They have a lot of creative, original Scream songs, including the iconic Stu Macher is Alive song and the sequel song. I think it's called like Stu Clues or something like that. Let's see. What ghost faces do you think are alive? Mine are Stu, Mickey, Charlie, Jill, and Ethan. That's a lot of ghost faces. I really only think Stu is. I'm like a 100% Stu believer. Jill, kinda. I think there's a good chance Jill could be alive. I don't know if they're gonna want to do it and like bring her back. I would love that. Um, there was a time, where I thought Charlie was alive. Don't really think so anymore. Yeah, Stu's number one without a doubt in my mind. Jill, I think there's a chance. The Kirby spinoff, who do you think will be Ghostface if they bring Ghostface into this story with the spinoff? I don't know. I don't know. It could just be more random people. Like Kirby says, I take a special interest in Ghostface attacks. And she says, like, she was tracking Jason and Greg's online activity. So I don't know. It could just be more cult members of Stu's cult. I don't know. Hello, thanks for joining the live stream. Who do you think won in the Freddy versus Jason film? Who was better? Obviously, I was the best. I carried Freddy's head. I'm trying to think. How did that movie end? So Jason decapitated Freddy, right? Because that's what you just said. But then doesn't Freddy's arm like somehow stab Jason? I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie that many times, so I honestly don't remember. All right, let's see. Hey Zork, how you doing? Thanks for joining the live stream. Thanks for moderating. It's been a little while, I think. I haven't really been doing these like sit down chats. I kind of was doing watch parties, and then I've kind of been busy, so I haven't really been doing these like sit down chats, but we're back. We're doing another one tomorrow. Tomorrow's actually live Scream movie trivia. I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but in case there's anyone new here, tomorrow night, what time is it? I think. Okay, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we're having live Scream movie trivia. So hopefully you guys can make that. And then Wednesday at 7 p.m., we are doing a pumpkin paint party. I'm going to be painting a pumpkin, talking Scream with you guys, and some other horror. And if you want to get your own pumpkin to paint while we hang out, and I'm going to have you guys help me decide what to paint on my pumpkin. Yeah, my watch parties lately have been kind of early. Hey, Eunice. Thanks for joining. I am doing well. I hope you are too. I am going to step away for another minute. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. The stream is not ending yet. You can submit your questions and theories in the chat, and I will get to them as soon as I get back in just a minute. Okay, I am back. Thank you for sticking around. We're going to hang out for a little bit longer. Maybe about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. But then I have to cook some dinner shortly, so Raggedy Man says you have good Scream trivia questions. Thank you. I appreciate that. Leah says Billy Loomis could appear as a hallucination for Sid because in Scream 3, when Sid was in her fake room, you can hear Billy and Stu's voices. Yes, exactly. I've heard several people have this theory that Sydney could hallucinate Billy in Scream 7. I mean, honestly, I would love that. I liked that they included Billy in Screams 5 and 6. And uh when Melissa Burr was fired, one of my first thoughts was like, oh no, now we're not going to see Billy anymore. So, Well, I'm glad you could join this one, Eunice. I know it's hard to find the time. But yeah, I try to do them at different times of the day so that people can join when they get a chance. Because I know people live all over the place. Um, and so I said like tomorrow is going to be 6 p.m. Eastern. Uh, Wednesday is 7 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully you can make one of those. And those are going to be a couple fun ones. Tomorrow is Scream Movie Trivia. Wednesday is a pumpkin paint party. Yes, Stu was going to return in Scream 3. It's a shame it didn't happen, but now we have some hope for Scream 7. If he returned in Scream 3, then we wouldn't have this exciting time of like speculating for Scream 7. So, were you a fan of the Fear Street trilogy on Netflix? If so, are you excited for Prom Queen? Yes, I was a fan. I was just considering watching them again because I watched them only once when they came out, and honestly, I don't remember much about them. I always say like I'm the type of person that I need to watch a movie like multiple times to for it to like really stick in my head. Um so I actually almost rewatched Fear Street 1 last night, but I didn't. I ended up watching Scream 4 last night. I mean, not Scream 4, Saw 4. Um yeah, I heard that they're making like a new Fear Street. So yeah, I'm excited for it for sure. Have you ever played Until Dawn or The Quarry starring David Arquette? No. All right, so is that a movie or a video game? Either way, I am unfamiliar. Hey, Scream Queen, you said I was just watching your theory video about the Kirby spinoff. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, if anyone here hasn't um, seen my theory video, please do so. What was the name of the platform where you listed the last movies you watched? Letterboxd, I think you're talking about. I do have an account on Letterboxd. My username is the same as my YouTube, Sistapam. So yeah, please follow me on there if you have a Letterboxd account. Sometimes it's hard for me to like remember to log my movies. Just last night I was thinking how I haven't logged a movie in a while. So yeah, I need to catch up a little bit on Letterboxd, but it's a lot of fun. I've gotten quite a few of you guys following me on there, and I typically try to follow everyone back. So if you have a Letterboxd, please follow me. Their games. Yeah, I'm not a huge gamer, so I'm not familiar with um those games. But you said starring David Arquette? So what does that mean? He like is a part of the games? Ray said, I'm sure that Dewey never got a call from Ghostface. In 2, it was Randy who answered Gale's cell phone. And in 3, it was Roman using Dewey's voice to talk to Stephen Stone. Okay, you pretty much read my mind because those are the 2 moments I was thinking about. And then I was second guessing myself because I was like, no, Randy answered the phone. And when I was thinking that Dewey got a phone call from Ghostface in 3, I thought, no, that was Roman using the voice changer talking to Stone. So yeah, I don't think he's ever gotten a phone call. And if that's true, that's actually crazy. Like, how do you have these main characters who have never had phone calls? Like, Gale's first phone call was in the 6th movie. Like, how did she go 5 movies without a phone call? And Dewey has had 0? That's insane. I would love it if Scream 7 opened with Stabathon from Scream 4 from the point of view of young Sam, who was probably at the party, and that somehow ties into the plot of Scream 7. That would be cool. I mean, I've talked about that before. Like, do you guys think Sam was at the Stabathon? Because she was a freshman at the time. Um, and a lot of people have answered me like, no, she probably wouldn't have been at the Stabathon because I don't know, because she doesn't want to be associated with like her father, Billy Loomis. But I think she would have been curious to see what it was all about, especially because, in 5 and 6, she like struggles with that dark side and kind of being like Billy. So I think at that young age, she would have kind of been curious to see what it was all about. So I don't know. I'd like to think that Sam was at the Stabathon. If she wasn't, then she was probably like babysitting Chad and Mindy and Wes Hicks at the time. We have a super chat from Zork. Thank you, Zork. You said there's one line no Ghostface has ever crossed, and that's kids. Since Scream 7 is supposed to be the darkest, I wonder if that's why. I definitely can see that happening. Just because, you know, the movie is focusing on Sydney, and she now has kids, which we first learn in Scream 5, but, they were super young in 5, and she traveled to Woodsboro where her kids didn't come with her. And she wasn't in 6. But now with 7 being a Sydney focused movie, I can definitely see her kids playing a big role. And, you know, Ghostface might not kill one of her kids, but I can definitely see them like kidnapping one of her kids, especially to lure her in, because I do think it's going to take a lot to get Sydney involved again. Because we know in Scream 6, like, she didn't want to get involved. She was like, this does not have anything to do with me. So in 7, if Ghostface is going to want Sydney to get involved again, I can definitely see them kidnapping one of her kids. And then that's a good point. Like, they say 7 is going to be the darkest Scream movie ever. So I definitely could see this being the case. Honestly, I'm excited to see it. Like, I love Scream so much, but they don't always get super dark. So it would be cool to see this. for 7. And I also would love to see Sydney as a mother, which we really haven't seen yet. We haven't seen her acting as a mother. So it would be really cool to see her step up to like protect her kids. But I guess we'll see. I feel like they can't have Sydney in another movie, a Sydney focused movie, and not have her kids involved. They can't have her in 7 and have no kids present. So we will see. But thank you so much for your super chat, Zork. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out and thanks for moderating. Yes, Mason. I saw the trailer for her new movie. Um, it did kind of give me Kirby vibes. I don't know if the movie came out yet. I don't know if I saw the trailer maybe like a couple weeks ago at this point. Um, but I'm happy for Hayden Panettiere to, be in some new movies. She's had a rough several years. And I think she deserves this. She deserves to be in some successful movies. Most underrated Ghostface for me is Charlie. I feel like a lot of people hate Charlie. I love him. He is like in my top 5. I love Charlie. I feel like he gets a lot of hate. Hey, Cryptid Tactical. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Yeah, we do these live streams pretty often. The past couple weeks, not as often as I would like because I've been a little busy and also like working on content for Spookfest coming up in October. But yeah, typically we do live streams pretty often. Like I try to do daily live streams. If not daily, then like every other day, but definitely multiple times a week. We have several live streams coming up. Tomorrow is live Scream movie trivia. It's posted on the channel. And Wednesday is a live pumpkin paint party while we talk Scream and other horror. But I will be painting a pumpkin, and you guys can help me decide what to paint. So that will be a lot of fun. But I appreciate you subscribing. And if you haven't already, turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on the live streams because sometimes I don't plan these things ahead of time. Sometimes I just kind of jump on here when I get a free moment in my day. So if you don't want to miss it, definitely turn on notifications. Wrestling God says, here's my theory of how Stu is doing the whole cult, how he started it, what his motive was. He started the cult because not only does he want revenge, but he didn't do it for fun. He just wanted to be loved and cared for. Something that his parents never gave him. That's actually a good point. Yeah, I feel like his parents didn't care that much. There's that sign that they wrote in the first movie. Sorry, we missed you today. Some people think that it says sorry we missed your B-day, but I don't think that's the case. I think it says, "Sorry, we missed you today," which that means like they left to go on vacation and they didn't get a chance to say goodbye to him. Um, but yeah, I can see this being the case. Like, you know, with him having cult cult members and followers, he just wanted to feel like, I don't know, appreciated. We have another super chat from Zork, another one from Zork. Thank you so much. You said Charlie gets hate because his motive is being a simp. Even if you're like me and believe he killed Haas, Perkins, Jill's mom, Charlie still has 5 kills. Yeah, I agree. I think that's why he gets hate. People consider him to be a simp. um, which I understand it, why people I understand why people don't like him, but I just disagree. I think he's such a great character. Like before the reveal, after the reveal. Um how many kills does he have? You said he has 5. Um I think he killed everyone but Trevor. Let me Google how many kills in Scream 4. Scream 4 has 14 kills. Wait, really? Okay, they're including the ghost faces. Wait, this is wrong. They're including like Sydney and Gale in this. Okay, there's 11 kills, I think. Yeah, either way, I think Charlie killed everyone but Trevor. I think he killed Olivia, Jenny, Marnie, the cops, Kate. Yeah, I think he's underrated. He did all of the work, I guess because he's a simp. um, but yeah, I I just love Charlie. And I don't think he while I understand the hate that he gets, I don't think he deserves it. I think he deserves a little more respect from people. But thank you so much for your super chat, Zork. Thanks for being here and hanging out and moderating. Yeah, I don't think Jill killed the cops and her mom. Okay, but you believe that. I I don't know. Okay, so with the cops, that's a different story. I suppose it's possible she killed them. But with her mom, I really think we have to pay attention to the wording. She did not take credit for her mom. I think if she really killed her mom, she would have said to Sydney, I even had to kill my own mom. She did not say that. She said, even my own mother had to die, which I think just means that she was okay with her mom dying. You know, they made the plan and Charlie killed her. I think the wording is very specific with that. Um, I also don't think she killed the cops, but I guess there's a little more room there to justify it, I guess. But yeah, I definitely don't think she killed Kate for sure. I'm sticking to that. Zork also said Charlie also did not take credit for Rebecca, Perkins, or Kate. His exact words were, I have good footage of my Robbie kill, better than Jenny and Marnie or Olivia even. That is true. I don't know. So I don't think Jill killed Rebecca either, because in a deleted scene, Jill was in the hospital with Trevor at the time when Rebecca was killed. Now, of course, you could argue like it's a deleted scene, so it's not canon. Maybe they deleted it because they wanted to make Jill be the one who killed Rebecca. But I don't know. A lot of people do count the deleted scenes because there's like director's cuts. And I know some people out there watch the full version of 4 with the deleted scenes, like Zach Cherry here on YouTube, who I'm sure all of you know, Zach Cherry. He has said like when he rewatches 4, he rewatches it with all of the deleted scenes. I don't know. My reasoning for this is maybe it was just too many people to name. Maybe he didn't want to name like 10 people when he is speaking this line of dialogue. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right. You could be right, Zork. But yeah, I still think Charlie killed most of the people. I'm open to having my mind changed. I'm not like set on it, but nothing yet has really made me want to change my mind. Zork also says in a deleted scene, Charlie arrives to Stabathon with Robbie in Robbie's car. There's no way Robbie could have gone to Jill's without Robbie driving him and noticing something was wrong. I don't know. Maybe Charlie previously parked his car somewhere outside of the Stabathon. I don't know. You make a lot of valid points, though. I will give you that. I do think I am unfortunately going to have to wrap up the stream. I don't want to end it, but I do have to go cook some dinner, edit a video, my Jamie Kennedy video, meeting him the other day, which I hope to get up tonight, but if not tonight, tomorrow. Like I said, we have a live stream tomorrow evening. Live Scream movie trivia, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Wednesday, we have a pumpkin paint party, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Yes, sorry, we're wrapping up the stream. But yeah, we have one tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern time, Scream movie trivia. So hopefully you guys can all make it. Turn on notifications so that you don't miss out. But thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for all of your comments, questions, and definitely thank you for the super chats. I appreciate everyone who sent in a super chat. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you have a great rest of your